Well, the case just wrapped up moments ago, and we did see the justices draw some perhaps skepticism when it comes to the administration's legal arguments here. Now, there are two big questions that were in front of the court today. One, does President Trump have the legal authority to impose tariffs through IEEPA, the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, because this is an authority that has never been used to impose tariffs before. The second question is, if he does have the legal authority to impose tariffs through IEEPA, can he do so without congressional approval? And that really was the point that we saw justices drill in on when it came to their questioning of the Solicitor General. It was interesting to hear, and this is going to come up a lot as we follow this case, the Solicitor General tried to pull the administration's argument back from the fact that tariffs are a revenue raiser. Because when you think about revenue raising, that sounds like power of the purse, which would be a power given to Congress. Instead, the administration is trying to make this all about navigating foreign affairs and being able to give the president broad authority when it comes to national emergencies. Now, we did hear some of the justices raise questions about whether or not the national emergencies that have been declared, just to jog your memory, fentanyl and the border for those tariffs against China, Mexico, and Canada, and then the so-called reciprocal tariffs, that national emergency is tied to persistent trade imbalances. We did hear the justices raise some questions here about whether or not that meets that legal standard known as an unusual and extraordinary threat. At the same time, of course, the justices also pressed the plaintiffs in this case. Many of the justices, including the conservative justices in particular, raising questions about how this could potentially curb a president's authority to deal with foreign affairs. Now, no matter what happens here, this is going to have some broad impacts. Just for context, about 60% of the tariffs implemented so far this term are tied directly to IEEPA. And Joe, our analysts at Bloomberg Economics, say if there is a sweeping decision against the administration, that could drop the average effective U.S. tariff rate from 14.5% to 6.5% and could amount in more than $140 billion in tariff refunds.
Wow.